The story of Prophet Zechariah.
Zechariah was a respected prophet among the Israelites. He was a descendant of Prophet Solomon. He earned a living as a carpenter and lived simply like many prophets. He was married to a woman named Al-Yashbi, a relative of Prophet Aaron. The Quran doesn't tell us much about his childhood or younger years. The story starts when he's already 90 years old. Zechariah was a devout follower of Allah and a humble man. Like his ancestor Abraham, he reached old age without having children. During this time, Imran's wife, or Zechariah's sister-in-law, gave birth to Maryam. Sadly, Imran passed away soon after. This caused an argument among the Israelites about who would care for Maryam. Zechariah seemed like the perfect choice. He was her uncle, a prophet, and a good man. But some Israelites disagreed. They all wanted the honor of raising Imran's daughter. To settle the argument, they decided to draw lots. Zechariah stayed calm and respectful. People who wanted to be guardians wrote their names on wooden sticks and put them in a container. A child picked a stick, and guess what? It had Zechariah's name. Surprisingly, the people weren't happy. Many asked to do it again. Zechariah stayed patient and agreed. This time, they threw the sticks into the river. They decided to have another test. This time, the pen that went against the river current would win. It was a miracle. All the other pens floated downstream with the current, but the prophet's pen didn't. It stayed still against the current.
The lottery was in favor of the prophet Zechariah for the second time. It was Allah's will for Maryam to be under his care, but Israelites did not agree.
Even after this amazing sign, the people still weren't convinced. They wanted to try again. This time, they said the pen that floated with the current would win. They threw their pens in the river, and guess what? The prophet's pen won again. His pen floated downstream with the current, while the others went the wrong way. This showed the power of Allah. People can make plans, but Allah's will always happen. The Israelites finally had to accept it. Zechariah, peace be upon him, was chosen to care for Maryam. Maryam grew up to be a devoted follower of Allah. Even as a young girl, Maryam would often be found praying. She preferred to be alone and away from others. Her room was a special place built for her inside the holy temple, Beit al-Maqdis. There was something special about Maryam. Whenever the prophet visited her, he would find her with plenty of food. I didn't bring this food, he thought. Where could it be coming from? The fruits were strange too. They weren't grown in that climate, yet they were fresh. Mariam, he asked, where these fruits come from? From Allah, the young girl replied. The Prophet believed Mariam, but he also had some doubts. This happened many times, and finally he asked her again. From Allah, Mariam answered. Allah provides for whomever He wills easily. Seeing these miracles again and again strengthened the Prophet's faith in Allah. He knew Allah had the power to do anything. The Prophet always wished for a child to carry on his message as a prophet, but he was already 90 years old, and so was his wife. Zakaria really wanted a child. He started praying extra hard to Allah. He said, Dear Allah, please give me a child to inherit my work and the legacy of Prophet Jacob. Make this child someone who pleases you. Allah soon answered Zakaria's prayers. While he was praying, angels came to him. Zakaria, they said, we have good news. You will have a son named Yahya. This is a special name chosen by Allah Himself. Zakaria was surprised. But my wife can't have children, and I'm very old, he told the angels. He wasn't doubting Allah, just expressing his surprise. For Allah, anything is possible, the angel replied. Is there a sign I can have? Zakaria asked. The angel said you won't be able to speak for 3 days. You can only use gestures to communicate. Remember to praise Allah morning and evening. When Zakaria left the room, he realized he couldn't speak. He had to use gestures to talk to people. A few months later, just as Allah promised, Zakaria's wife had a baby boy. They named him Yahya.
The end. Hope you have enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and find more fascinating and exciting stories from the description below the video.